Shad Brooks has to be one of the coolest people on YouTube. He has dedicated his life to researching medieval combat, applying it to fantasy stories, and has actually changed the genre of fantasy fiction with his videos. He's shown what can work for real, what doesn't work for real. It's really incredible stuff. Now, I've met Shad on a few occasions online, and he's just been a cordial gentleman, the type of person that anybody would just be like, this is a great guy. If you hang out with him in any sort of regard. There's no way you would meet this guy and be like, oh, he's a terrible person who needs to be canceled. You'd think, but this is 2023. And now Shad, who's been out and of course traveling in England and has now been working and going to these sword events, has been canceled, and they're just amping it up. And why? We'll see in just a second. My name's John Delarose. I'm familiar to cancellation myself. I've been banned from lots of conventions just for speaking my mind on YouTube about what I think about the culture. And of course, I've been making my own culture. I'm not just complaining about it. This is my steampunk fantasy book, and it's been like the little book that could, and nothing upsets the cultural gatekeepers more than the fact that this keeps winning. As of this morning, you see the little orange tag right here on Amazon. That means it's a #1 bestseller. It's the third time in its publication history it's gotten to this point. And I'm very, very happy. It's a 6-book series so far, airship adventure, awesome swashbuckling fun. If you love just fun books and fun characters, you're really going to enjoy this. I've got audio versions, paperbacks, ebooks, all on here on Amazon. So I'm going to put that link in the description below if you want to check that out. Really appreciate the support. If it looks good to you, thanks so much. All right, here's what's happening with Shad. So here we are, Todd's Workshop. Fun and games today, filming with Shadiversity and, of course, Scala Glatoria, another group, and some other folk. Watch our social media channels over the weeks, and they're just doing swordplay, like sort of fantasy stuff right here. And they just got together and did this. And so what happened on this? Well, somebody concern trolled about Shad, and here's the Scala Gladiatoria person who, of course, you know, didn't have a problem when they were hanging out in person, but once it was online, then it becomes real serious. Because that's how these people act. Big internet tough guys. Dear community fans and members, this is the post I normally try to avoid. You notice how they always start something with like a big dramatic nonsense like this. You will notice this morning I have removed a post that I made while I was working and traveling yesterday. At quite short notice, I was kindly invited to get together with a varied group of people to do some filming. You see how I was trying to couch it? I'm virtuous. I didn't know that this Shad guy would be there. He triggers me as much as he triggers you. Oh no. I don't normally turn down such opportunities unless I have a concrete reason, even if I have factual and non-damaging disagreements with another person involved. I try to beat views that I disagree with facts and argument. Oh, yes, so stunning and brave. One of the people involved yesterday, it turns out, is highly personally offensive to a lot of people I care about, both here and offline. I did not know the depth and complexities of the issues of that person before yesterday. So the guy didn't know, somebody concern trolled him, and he has to go out there and just like throw a fit. So what you do in this situation, by the way, this happens to me all the time because, you know, I hang out with people folk don't like, I don't really care. And the thing is, if somebody's nice, if somebody's willing to just be a friend, if somebody's willing to engage in the space where I'm at, comics or books or whatever, and just be on board with what's going on, I'm not going to politically litmus test them. I'm not going to do this. And this is the difference between someone like me and someone like this asshole here. So look, there's people that are not liked in my circles, and there's people that, like, you know, I mean, are just controversial. It just is what it is. But you don't just like go out and disavow somebody because of some nonsense online concern trolling. Here we are. I don't care if somebody has historical views that I disagree with. I will argue with them. But I do deeply care, and here it is, if a person has views that I deem to be venturing into the realm of bigotry, such as sexism, racism, or homophobia. It's always, you can't have opinions on anything. Now, Shad is a Mormon. Now, Shad has Mormon views, which are religious. So this guy is a bigot against Mormons, is what it comes down to. Maybe we should all cancel Scala Gladiatoria for hating Mormons. I think that's really what should happen here at this point. Jeez, that is absolutely and obviously a line in the sand for me. I've interacted with this person over the years, including posting video rebuttals, arguments, responses on historical matters. I had not experienced anything negative with that person because he's a nice guy, you jackass.
other than disagreeing with a fairly large number of points the person made. However, yesterday after filming was brought to my attention, on their second channel, this person is now promoting political and social views that are against my own views.
Gosh, what a sad existence this person has. The fact that he can't even just like have fun in a fantasy space because Shad's got different political views, even though they're probably not even from the same country. So really, what does it matter? What does he care about Australia's political system? It's very bizarre.
I was not aware of the nature and extremity of this person's views before yesterday. People can, of course, voice their views in a free society, but there's got to be consequences, right? But I am equally free to disapprove of and disagree and disassociate with those views, which I hereby do in black and white terms.
Oh, he continues, because these guys always rant like a ridiculous amount. They never can just state their points concisely. Look at this guy, this loser.
I do not align myself in any way or agree with that person's views on these topics, which should be patently obvious to anyone who knows me or has followed my channel closely. I filmed one video with the said person yesterday, and I'd already decided last night not to publish that.
Oh, you're so stunning and brave.
I now have taken down yesterday's post because I want to move on and disassociate from them. I understand many people will be angry I've collaborated with that person at all before I knew their views. And I hope that I will partially appease you.
Yeah, it's all about appeasement, right? Because these people, at the end of the day, this is a culture of fear that's being created here. And they're trying to make fear that if you don't agree with everything all the time, you're going to be ostracized, you're going to be destroyed, you're going to be canceled. And so you have to go out of your way and prostrate yourself down on the floor and like bow to the gods of social justice. Otherwise, you're just going to be canceled yourself. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this guy is such a weakling loser at the end of the day. Person who has no credibility, in my opinion. If you go out there and you had a good time with some guy and you're going to go out there and just try to cancel him on your social media the next day because of some whining, quizzling losers on the internet, you are about the weakest man I could possibly imagine. That is just something that, of course, we stand against wholeheartedly on the channel. And you know what? We wouldn't be afraid to say such to Scala Gladiatoria's face either.
For people who are upset and read this and did not know this person's views, I suggest you go decide for yourself.
I will. I stand with Shad Brooks.
But I know where my line in the sand is. Now this page will turn to its usual content. Apologies for the diversion.
So even though he doesn't post political content and all that, he had to do this because he's such a quizzling weakling that he had to try to cancel Shad Brooks immediately. Very sad to see. And this is not going to hurt Shad in the least. Shad's got a huge channel, a huge following, and none of this is going to bother him, except for watching this guy, this little ankle biter, trying to hurt him online. Sad stuff. Okay. Guys, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. Check out one of the most canceled books out there for Steam and Country. Really appreciate your support. See you.